how to liberate ourselves from the suffering that can be liberated from. The suffering of the mind, of the carnal mind. The suffering of the actions of the negative aspect of our mind which force others to suffer. It forces wars, it forces greed, it forces inequality. Constantly planting the seeds of suffering everywhere. But when we learn how to use ourselves, when we learn how to embrace the mind of Christ, when we learn how to move to the right hemisphere, then we liberate ourselves from suffering. All across the world, we have people who want this, they yearn for it, but they spend far too much time away from the mind of Christ. And so the fire doesn't rise inside them. And that fire inside us that wants change, that wants to see the end of suffering, that is the beginning of the creation of all things that we require to end that suffering. We hope to have psychedelic experiences and float around the room in a lotus position someday. We're sold a fake New Age spirituality, when truly the only religion and spirituality that matters is service to others. This feeling, this fire to serve others. People who do not do good deeds, but proclaim Jesus to be the Son of God and their ultimate Saviour, and they say you are saved by faith alone. But you are also by no means saved by grace if you are not in some which way, shape or form performing service to others within your life. Religion should not be built around the idea that your reward comes when you're dead, so you just be a good person now. It should be built around the idea that you fill yourself with the love that Christ had and you serve others, to bring them out of the darkness that many dwell within. And some are so innocent. Children, tiny children, and they suffer. And we wonder when we don't step in and stop what is happening, when we don't step in and stop these children from suffering, we wonder why people grow up to be thieves and murderers and rapists, when from their very earliest memory all they've known is suffering, whilst all around them, people with the ability to end it did not end it, because they had no faith and did not dare share to end the suffering of those children. If you proclaim that you know God, you have to understand that He will provide for you when you walk in faith. If we persist on constantly seeking that which will benefit us and not others, if we seek to benefit ourselves, which we should, seek to have full functionality of our body, then we should have an end goal. We all are needed to go out into the world and bring people back and explain. And as we do, this financial system which has gotten out of control, which forces those children to suffer from birth, can begin to change. It can't change when people don't focus on changing it. It can't change when we are all just simply constantly, persistently focused on ourselves. It's all well said and done that love and light will end the problems of the planet. But love and light without action is a concept and a waste. With your body, with your heart, with your soul, with everything you've got, you've got to be ready to fight. Sometimes it'll be dark in your life, sometimes it'll be bright. Such is the nature of our world. The sun does rise, the sun does set, and so it is inside of yourself. But if we persist on only worshipping and not caring for others. This which I speak of needs to be cultivated in all of us. It's not enough to sit at home anymore.